Hello and welcome back to BirdEase. Today I'm going to be walking you through our brand new update which introduced a new feature called multiple participant types. If you're running a multi-sport event such as golf, tennis, and/or pickleball on the same day, or perhaps you might be running another kind of event where you'd want to track multiple kinds of participants, like golfers and dinner guests, then this feature was made with you in mind. To access multiple participant types, you'll want to visit the registration dropdown here in your event management dashboard. After clicking on registration, click on Golfer Settings. By default, BirdEase tracks one kind of participant, golfers. If you are running a non-golf event but want to change the name of the label, you can easily do so. For example, if I was running a pickleball tournament, I might change the label to player. If I was running a gala, I might change the label to attendee or dinner guest. In cases where you are wanting to collect multiple participant types, you can now do so by clicking the orange Add Participant Type button. For this example, let's suppose that I'm running a golf tournament with a big dinner at the end where I'll want to assign tables and track all dinner guests. I would click here on Add Participant Type. You'll now see a generic participant label. I will enter dinner guest. I can then alter the group size. For this example, let's say that I want to seat dinner guests at tables of 10. I could also set a total cap on the turnout of dinner guests. For this example, let's say that I can only allow for 100 dinner guests at my venue. Under dinner guest questions, you'll see the questions that are asked of your participants by default. You can make these fields optional, required, or not asked. Optional fields will allow the registrant to continue on through registration without providing that info. They can use their confirmation email that is automatically sent to them to access their registration later and complete it at a different time. If you would like to require these fields to be entered by the registrant as to not allow the registrant to continue on through registration before answering, you can change these fields to required. This is also a difference you'll notice in standard golfer registration. Up until this point, BirdEase has always allowed your registrants to skip past golfer information and return later if they need to. You now have the flexibility to require that golfer information is provided at registration, disallowing them from returning later to fill out the golfer's information at a different time. Now that we have a new participant type, all of your dinner guests' information will be tracked in this scenario. This is different than how our software used to function, because up until now, you would only be able to track the amount of dinner guest tickets sold. Now you can collect all related information for that guest. In the Registration Items tab, you can now either edit an existing or add a new item using these new participant types. By clicking on Add Item, you'll now see that I can not only indicate the amount of golfers within a particular registration item, but also now the number of dinner guests. So, if I wanted to offer a dinner-only ticket on my website, I could provide the item name, the price of a dinner ticket, and indicate to the system that one purchase of this ticket would equate to one registered dinner guest. As always, you can provide a description for the item and also toggle where the item is displayed on your website. I also no longer need to toggle on a limited quantity for this item specifically because I already indicated in the new category that only 100 dinner guests can be registered. Additionally, if my foursome comes with 4 dinner tickets for all 4 golfers, I can now let the system know that purchasing a foursome not only registers 4 golfers, but also 4 dinner guests to now go towards that overall count. In the Custom Questions field, you can now set up questions such as dietary restrictions for your dinner guests. You can have this question apply to the dinner guest specifically and make it required. I would then apply this question to all items because the system will index the items and only present it to those who are registering as a dinner guest. Using this configuration, during registration, anyone signing up to attend dinner will now be required to indicate if they have any dietary restrictions. Finally, in the Assignments dropdown under Builder, you'll see your typical T-sheet builder. However, you will now see an additional tab for different participant types. I can now click on Dinner Guest and easily assign my guests to tables. By default, they are labeled 1A and B through 18A and B. But in the settings, I can change the dinner guest configuration to say table instead of whole, say one group per table. The group size is 10 seats to a table, and then I can adjust the amount of tables that I have available. You can also change the name of the venue. Now when we return to the builder, you'll see here under dinner guests that I can now assign 10 people to 10 different tables, thus filling those 100 available dinner spots as I indicated before. A few important things to note are that when you add an additional participant type, your golfer settings will change to participant settings. This is still the same page, but changes to participant to be all-encompassing for all participants that you may have. Also, after registration is underway, if you delete any participant type, by clicking this Delete Dinner Guest Participant Type button, or whatever it would say in your use case, all information collected from those particular participants will be deleted. So only delete a participant type if you are 100% certain that you no longer want data collected for that particular participant type. As always, if you have any questions whatsoever, we have an incredible support team available right at your fingertips. Using the question mark in the top right-hand corner of the screen, you'll be suggested help articles to you based on the particular page that you're in. Using the blue chat icon in the bottom right, you can manually search through our help center and chat real-time with our support team. As always, you can also reach out to our support team anytime at help, HELP, at BirdEasePro.com or by visiting us on our website. We hope you love these improvements as much as we do, and we can't wait to see what you do with your next event.